Yes, I agree. I completely agree with that assessment. People think that everyone that's willing to go and spend money to play in a competitive REL tournament is super competitive, and I just don't think that's strictly the case. I think there's a lot of people that are just looking to play Magic for the experience of playing tournament Magic and aren't strictly competitive players. There is a basic swamp in this deck, Aces of Death. You sent me a deck list with basic swamp in it. 90, yeah, there's a basic swamp right here. There's a basic swamp right here. And yeah, this doesn't fetch Godless Shrine, which matters. Again, probably super minimal overall, but if we're not considering budget. So someone said, isn't there merit to playing deck lists exactly as someone sent them in? I am not interested in playing budget deck lists on this stream. I know there's other streamers and content producers that focus explicitly on producing budget content, and I think that's great for them. My goal is to play interesting Magic decks on this stream and building and trying to play them optimally without things like budget considerations. Grixis, Death Shadows, Storm, or Tron. I think Green-Black Tron is probably arguably one of the best decks in the current Modern format. I think Green-Black Tron is very, very good. If we hit a land here, I think I'm going to Squadron Hawk. Because we missed our land, I think I'm going to play this Birds of Paradise. I think I'm going to play the Birds because we missed a land. If I would have hit my land drop there, we could have gone Hawk into Hawk Bird the following turn. But because I'm not guaranteed to hit that now, I'm just going to do this. Man, how sweet would it be if they Culligans commanded us here? Yeah, if you're thinking of buying into a Modern deck, I would not recommend doing that until after the PT ban update on February 12th. So February 12th, they'll be doing the next Modern ban and restricted update list. That is definitely something you want to wait to see if you're going to be thinking about buying a tier 1 deck in the format. Oh. I don't like putting odds on like what they're going to ban or unban in Modern because Wizards of the Coast has proven pretty consistently that they are not consistent with the things that they do with the Modern ban list, so I think it's kind of pointless to speculate. I'd be pretty surprised if anything in the Jeskai Ascendancy deck got banned. Deck's like super fringe, right? The blue steel deck was really terrible. Like, obnoxiously bad. Please, BK commanding me. Tilt. I mean, the Squadron Hawk is really good against this Vendilion Clique. So opponents not playing Shadow, they appear to be playing some kind of Grixis control deck, it looks like. So Dealer's Choice here, opponent. I would love to draw another land, so please take a card out of my hand. Dear opponent, please take a card away from me. So, I think banning Karn to make Tron worse is a lot like banning Ponder because Storm is too strong. I think that's not, like, I don't like that ban list mentality, but like, I could reasonably see Wizards of the Coast going, alright, Tron's too strong, ban Ancient Stirrings, instead of like actually getting rid of the problem. Yep. Yeah, like Karn or Ancient Stirrings would be the cards they would get rid of. Wizards of the Coast seems to hate people having their decks be consistent in Modern, so like, I could see Ancient Stirrings being the card that they give the axe to. Nah, don't ban Tower, ban Power Plant. I don't think I want to path my Squadron Hawk there like someone suggested, because the Squadron Hawk has value for trading with this Vendilion Clique. Nah, the Humans deck is pretty... I think the Humans deck is a great example of everything you want your good decks in Modern to be. It's moderately interactive, it has aggressive curves, and it has some play to it, and it's doing something that's like genuinely kind of interesting, right? Like you get to do some neat tricks with Aether Vial and stuff like that. So I would be shocked if that was a deck that they took cards out of. Delve Threat, Big Fish, Big Fish. You know what's smaller than a Big Fish? Vengevine. Vengevine's smaller than a Big Fish. Ooh. So I know we're kind of hurting for lands, but I have a really hard time not double stone raining my opponent. So this is an old trick that you can do. So Tech Edge is weirded in a really fucked up way where it only checks upon activation if your opponent has 4 lands in play, which means you can hold priority like I just did there and Tech Edge your opponent twice. So please miss a land drop. Please miss a land drop. Rats, we're so unlucky. Ah, punished. A bit for the land destruction. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. Definitely losing this game now. I was hoping to get him. All right, let's try again here. Let's try again. That's an old standard trick with Tech Edge. So most Magic cards are templated where they check the restriction when you activate it and when it resolves, and that one just doesn't for some reason. We'll probably never know, but it just doesn't. All right, Pontiff is out. Whitemane Lion's probably fine. This is not a Qasali Pridemage or a Spellskite matchup. I don't like Spellskite against Kolaghan's Command. It's pretty miserable there. Kor Firewalker's probably fine. Crown probably has Red Sweepers. Eidolon of Rhetoric's probably fine. You can maybe make an argument for Bojuka Bog. I kind of don't mind trimming a mana creature here and just having an extra land in my deck. No, that is how it works in real life. Magic Online is working as intended. Where are the surgicals? Asking the real questions. Is it a Chalice matchup? Yeah, I probably have a buck ton of 1-mana spells, right? Alright, let's do it. There are no black spells left in my deck, so I don't need to fetch black. No, it's a Yixlid Jailer. Yixlid Jailer. Cards in graveyards lose all abilities. 2/1 for 2 resources. Eidolon in the Vengevine deck. Huh. Yeah, maybe that's a touch awkward. I don't know. They don't really get to play Magic as well if I have an Eidolon in play, so I think it's fine. Like, the idea is that, like, the decks you're bringing Eidolon in against, they're gonna get hurt way more by it than you are. It's like, I'm not cutting my Path to Exiles, but I'm bringing in Chalice of the Void to play on 1. Yeah, seems fine, right? Hopefully we can get a 3rd land on 3. This deck's goal is to generate value with cards like Squadron Hawk and utilize them with things like Fauna Shaman to fetch up Vengevines and other things of that nature. If you shock Spellskite and shatter Chalice, you can redirect the shatter from Chalice to Spellskite. A lot of people confuse that rule because that's not how it works if you electrolyze Spellskite for 1 and electrolyze something else for 1. But electrolyze is templated differently than Kolaghan's Command is templated. I'm not sure what you mean by hard mode. Unclear. Ooh, that's a good one. Play that one. Hopefully draw a land next turn. This deck has too many colorless lands. Well, this deck is basically a 2-color deck. It only has 5 colorless lands, and we have 6 mana creatures, so probably not completely unreasonable. I think WotC is doing itself a disservice by having the most popular formats Pro Tour start streaming at 12 EST. I don't know. Wizards of the Coast loves making bad decisions like that, right? That's just like their MO. I mean, that's kind of true, Zach, but like, it's a touch unintuitive because generally speaking, people want to be able to, hold on, pause before I go into that. What do I want to tutor for here? I really don't have anything useful to get, do I? You really don't have anything useful to get? Am I just casting a Squadron Hawk? They can't possibly be right? I don't know. This feels bad. We can get 2 more Hawks here before we draw them naturally. I'm not gonna attack this in because I don't want to trade it for a Vendilion Click. I mean, as someone who lives on cornfield time, I kind of appreciate when the Modern Pro Tour is starting because the first rounds of Modern will be starting when I wake up in the morning, so I just get to like sleep through all of the shitty limited. I don't have Nightbot in my channel. I don't know. You could probably argue that like having the Pro Tour in the same location consistently would probably allow WotC to increase production quality and have consistency in terms of like the internet that they have at the venue, right? Like, could you imagine if the Pro Tour was in the same spot every time? We'd never have connection issues. It would probably save them money because they could have some things permanently fixated if they had it, you know, wherever. God, we even added a land to our deck before this game. Literally added a land to our deck. Oh, I guess I'm just playing another Fauna Shaman and passing the turn. So, like, that's like a super Twitch chat results-oriented thing. Like, we've missed land drops 2 games in a row, so, like, you want to add a land. Like, the number of lands in this deck is fine. Like, it's actually just bad beats. That's just how it is. I just want to, like, simultaneously save them money and increase production quality. Is that so wrong? Tilt. Get beat down here. Okay. So I'll shock this in. I'm gonna cast this Knight of the Reliquary. I can chump with the Squadron Hawk and then Knight a Ghost Quarter to kill this Creeping Tar Pit. Alright, Tech Edge, one of the 2. Hopefully this Chalice of Void is just saying, hey, you can't play Magic. More lands are great. Sign me up. No, I don't think so. The Green White Company deck's super anemic. They unban Stoneforge Mystic, we can talk about it, but if they don't unban Stoneforge Mystic, I'm not sure why anyone would ever want to play that deck. Yeah, I think something like that would be fine, just like consistent locations, like always the same place in Europe, always the same place in the US, always the same place in Japan. Yeah, that seems fine. I have a Chalice of the Void on one, so I can't play a mana creature. Gosh, are they not attacking me with this Creeping Torpid? Alright, so this is our unfair modern thing. That's kind of fair. So we're gonna bin this Vengevine. And then go get another Vengevine. And then we're gonna bin this Vengevine. And go get another Vengevine. And I'm gonna go ahead and knight this. Dredge is a deck just like it's just like, what's it called? I'm blanking on the name. Dredge is just like decks like Affinity, where you don't choose who you're beating, you choose whether or not you're what's the best way to phrase it? You're not choosing. Ooh, a land is a great draw. I need to play this turn really quick. Hold on, chat. Hold that thought. So I'm gonna discard this. Can I flip the other Vengevine into play here too? I could flip all 4 Vengevines into play here. You need to DM me deck lists outside of the stream, either via Twitch, Twitter, or Discord if you're one of my subs. I don't look at deck lists midstream. So I could get another Vengevine and then bin the Vengevine and get something else. And then use the Knight to do it. But then I could die to like burn spells plus the Creeping Torpid. That's probably a little aggressive. So I'm going to get the Scavenging Ooze. I'm going to cast the Scavenging Ooze. Cast the Squadron Hawk. Trigger my Vengevines. Would love to use Vengevine's ability. Thank you. I think I'm just trading. I'm trading a Vengevine for 8 points of damage here, right? Like, if you want to eat one of these and take 8, that's fine. Put you down to 7, pass the turn. Sure. Spell Snare has entered my opponent's hand. Sure, that's a good one. It's a good one. I don't know how I'm ever going to beat a Spell Snare, chat. Nah, I don't think so. I think we're fine. So this is probably a Cryptic Command turn. We just drew the last Vengevine naturally. That's funny. I didn't activate the Knight at end of turn because I'm a loosey-goosey. Alright, so what do I want to do here? I'm just going to enter combat and see what they do. Yeah, it's kind of neat, right, Anaronix? It's kind of neat. All right, so in response to this, I'm going to ditch this Vengevine and go get something else here. Let's get a Thrun, sure. And then I'm going to go ahead and activate this Knight, sacrificing this Temple Garden that's tapped to grab up a Ghost Quarter so we can keep this Tar Pit on lock. I do use a standing desk because I'm an old man. It's good for my back. And then post-combat here, we get to go Hawk, Hawk, bring back the Vengevines. Leave up the Ghost Quarter. Oh, Whitemane Lion would have been really funny. Oh, that's super cute, because you can return Whitemane Lion with itself, right? Okay, I forgot about that. So we could have gone Whitemane, and then brought these back after the Cryptic command before we declare attackers. That's really funny. Vengevine, Squadron Hawk were in standard together, right? Was Fauna Shaman in that standard format too? Was this a standard deck? Yeah, Township's looking decent here. So we have Bojuka Bog in our deck tonight for in response to a Snapcaster Mage here. Before Jace Rune standard. Sure. Bojuka Bog. Where you at? There you at? Trigger. Sound effects free of charge, opponent. Oh, I can eat it with Scavenging Ooze. This is way more fun, though. This is way more fun. Jeez, chat. I can't use the onboard trick. It's too easy. It's too obvious. Come on now. Hey. War Blazer with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. As always, subscriptions are the absolute best way you can support my content here, so I really appreciate that. It's for that next level of support. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out here today. I have almost 500 people playing some Modern. We stream Modern on this channel every... Oh, Magic on this channel every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoon. We're going to be doing Modern today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Since the Pro Tour is Modern, everybody's hyped about that. And then next week, we're going to play some Legacy. Probably so. I think we're going to give Pauper another try next week. See how that goes. Incoming Manamorphose, Settle the Wreckage, Tilt. Just like slide right out of my chair. Oh wait, I'm not in my chair. Can I slide out of a chair that I'm not sitting in already? Is that a thing? Would that work? Okay. You were dead even if I didn't have this path, right? Judge ruling, you cannot slide out of a chair that you are not sitting in. Alright, well we ended up winning that second game despite some of our mana difficulties there. Oh, you know what? This Forge-Tender is probably better than the second Firewalker, right? Because this protects against, like, Anger of the Gods. I think I'm happy with how we boarded other than that. Bringing an extra 1-drop with the Chalices on ones will touch awkward, but I think it's fine overall. The Black Splash is very small for a couple of specific tools. I think it's fine. Comes at a very low cost. Comes at a very low cost. It gives us an increased power level. Sure. On the draw with a scry. Sure. I'm just really hoping that there's 24 Urza's Towers in the top 8 of this Pro Tour. Ooh, Basic Island means my bird is gonna live. Basic Island means my bird is gonna live. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. No, don't do it. Have a heart. Don't kill the bird. No. We did the bird lives dance too soon, chat. We flew too close to the sun. Just flew. I know I have this bird in my hand, but I'm playing this Chalice for 1. Almost certainly hurts them more than it hurts us. I'm doing this because I love you, opponent. It hurts me almost as much as it hurts you. This is like... This turn is like the Jeff Hoagland modern story. You're like, I really need to draw a 3rd land. And your deck's like, have a 6-drop. Oh, magic. Oh, magic. Dreadbore. Okay. Yep. How does a mana curve work statistically? This is the Tar Pit fire up? Yeah! Got a bunch of 1-mana spells, huh, opponent? Got some 1-mana spells over there, don't ya? Don't you vanta, don't you vanta, pam 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 pam. Oh, this is life. Life is misery sometimes. What deck would I play if I was playing in a modern tournament tomorrow? I would play Jeskai Ascendancy combo, because the deck's a fucking hoot. I love it. Love the Jeskai Ascendancy combo deck. It's so much fun to play. Just like, has some busted, powerful draws, and it has a lot of fun puzzles to solve. So, they drew a Cryptic Command? Or they want to block with their Creeping Tar Pit? Or no, they're just firing it up now. Got it. No, I think the Martyr deck's very good. I think it's fine. All 3 games, yep. I don't think there's anything we want to tutor for, right? I'm pretty sure it's just like smash with my Grizzly Bears. It's like Grizzly Bears v Creeping Tar Pit, go. I'm not playing in a tournament. Someone asked if I was playing in a tournament, what would I play? And it would be just Ascendancy. I don't really play Magic tournaments. They're very expensive to compete in. Playing Magic online is much cheaper and just as enjoyable. When I see... Magic's great because it's a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And, like, I don't play Magic for the social aspect, really. Like, if I want to play social games, I play, like, board games generally, right? Because I want my social games to be more casual than what Magic is to me a lot of the time. Good lord. Lordy lordy. Good news, chat. Screw usually beats Flood. Am I trading with the Tar Pit here? I think I'm trading with this Tar Pit. Christy just got this unicorns game that's actually pretty amusing. It feels like what I can only imagine casual EDH feels like, and it's kind of amusing. I don't think I want to Tectonic Edge them there. I think I have enough 3-drops in my hand that Tech Edging is bad. No, it's different. The Ascendancy deck is better against different hate cards. Well, I mean, sometimes you draw 4 Fauna Shamans and 2 lands, you know? Grizzly Bear, go. Your move, Kaiba. Come and get me. Play my 4th Grizzly Bear. Put the dukes up. Put my dukes... Oh, no. Oh, no! Not a Snapcaster Mage. This Fauna Shaman was supposed to go the distance, opponent. This was the Fauna Shaman the gods foretold of. No! My Fauna Shaman. Oh, yeah. Draw 4-drop. And watch, when we eventually do draw land, it's going to be like Gavony Township. It's going to be... What happens first? Us dying to the Snapcaster Mage or drawing a 3rd land? This isn't even real life at this point. This isn't even real life. Oh. Second Tech Edge. Hey, at least if we draw the Ghost Quarter, we can float and Ghost Quarter ourselves, right? Oh, God. Oh, God. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. We are getting close to Bird Lion. That's why we bend the Vengevines, right? If we draw a white source, we can go Lion into Bird. Tilt. What? We should be playing Burn? Ain't that the truth? White source. Alright, we tried, chat. You know, just 2 lands and 18 cards. Just actual, factual 2 lands and 18 cards. Yeah, them's the beats sometimes. Where was the third? The 3rd land was, in fact, going to be none other than Gavony Township. Was, in fact, going to be Gavony Township. Alright, while we're waiting for the next match where we're going to draw a couple more lands, I hope. I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's watching here today. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you'll be watching. Thanks for choosing to spend your time here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer, and we stream Magic on this channel every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoons. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch. That's the absolute best way you can support my content here. It helps support myself financially directly so I can, continue doing this full time. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you could save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. Finally, InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags. They really do it all. You can upload your own custom artwork. Iron Goothix with the 100 bits here. Iron, we gotta talk, man. We gotta talk, bud. The blue steel deck was really bad. I can't play it again, Iron. I need you to pick a different deck for your second league. We started with it's gonna get uploaded to the YouTubes. I can't do it again. It was really bad. The deck is like awkward, clunky. You need to watch the league. No, that's just memory. I have reasonable memory. I figure it's worthwhile to use my memory on something other than memorizing, like, lyrics to bad 2000s songs. I'm gonna go fill Jake's water cup up, and then we're gonna play the second match. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Here you go, Jake. Holy crap. I didn't realize we put a third land in our deck. That's so busted. That's so busted, chat. Did you know there was a third land in our deck? It's exciting. That's exciting. And a turn one play. We're blessed with Birds of Paradise. Look, speaking from experience, if you're going to register Birds of Paradise in your modern deck, draw it in your opener. Snap mulligan. I don't know what to do with a hand this good. Somebody help. Send help. Send help. Probably Humans, Horizon Canopy, and Tather Vial generally indicates that in this format. Could be Bruce still, but something like a Death and Taxes deck, Ziggurat, leaning towards Humans again. No turn 2 play is kind of odd. I'm just gonna grab Godless Shrine here. Oh, I should have done this with this land most likely, because I probably want another basic forest. It likely doesn't matter. It could be green white hate bear. Ziggurat likely means Humans. No 2-drop is strange though. Kind of seems like it probably be a bad keep if they don't have a 2-drop, right? I have a 1-drop to put in. 1-drop to put in. Sure. So Champion of the Parish confirmed Humans. I assume we're gonna see a Mantis Rider come down here and charge in. Feel like that would be the reason you'd keep a hand without a 2-drop. You can Mantis Rider me. Oh yeah, ride the snake. So, oh god, that's gross. Wow, that's gross. I think, am I obligated to trade here? I feel like I am. I feel like I need to trade here. Might be a little defensive, but like, this is a lot of flying power. I'm standing because it's good for my back. I'm an old man. I can't sit all day. Probably stand for like 20 minutes or so. I'm a leg bobber when I sit, so when I stand, I sway a little bit. The Humans, or are they dancers? We don't really know what this one is. This one could be anything. Could be anything. Cyclone Horizon Canopy here. Looking for that third snake. A snake, a snake. Oh, it's snake. God, they have another one. Meddling Major. I'm gonna path in response. I'm gonna path in response here, so they can't name that. Path to Exile's not an unreasonable name. Because I probably have 4 of those in my Abzan deck, so we'll target the Riders. That's a Phantasmal Image, so they don't get their basic land off of it. Maybe they'll name Thrun. Path to Exile. Yep, that was a good pre-combat path there, just in case they named that. And I like that step out from them. Like, we potentially have a second. We played it pretty aggressively there. Fauna Shaman. She gets me Squadron Hawks, right? Gets me Squadron Hawks. I'm gonna play this GQ. Play the Spellskite. I think I'm jumping with this bird this turn. How do I feel about jumping with this bird? I feel like that's not the worst. Oh, it gets Shriekmaw. Yeah, love it. Love it. Loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. Probably gonna chump block with the bird and then knight this plains into a temple garden this turn cycle. We'll see what else they do. Spellskite protects the knight from getting Reflector Maged, which is nice. Yep, cycle the canopy. Yeah, I plan to jump with the bird this turn. That is my goal. I know I could grow the knight by 2 by knighting a fetch land and cracking the fetch land, but against the Mantis Rider deck, bringing my life total down to a number divisible by 3 is not a good line. So I'm going to just get the fetch the shock land tapped here. I want a second green anyways. I want to grow my knight, but I don't want to lose health this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Temple Garden here. Put that into play tapped. Huh. So I can go Squadron Hawk, go get some more Hawks. And then, remember, your Knight of the Reliquary can produce an additional mana if you need it to. So I can go get 3 Hawks here. Have you heard about my bird? I said a bird. Bird's a word. I said a bird. Boop beep boo. Ba deep ba doo 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 doo. Have you heard about my bird? I said a bird. Bird's a word. I said a bird. Go get an untapped forest here. Evoke the Shriekmaw. Kill this Mantis Rider. That one. Oh, I do owe chat some wrapping, don't I? That's gross. Well, I'm glad we chump blocked. Squadron Hawk lines up pretty well against Kessig Malcolm 10, so that's nice. We're dead to Mantis Rider, we're dead to Phantasmal Image, we're dead to Reflector Mage, we're dead to a lot of things here, chat. We're dead to a lot of things. So, dear opponent, please don't kill me. I went to sit down, and my toddler has pulled my chair to the other side of the room. Oh, I'm glad I looked before I sat down. That would have been awkward. Oh. Am I jumping here? I'm using this as a gain too. I feel like I'm pretty obligated to use this as a gain too. Another night. Alright, let's do this. And pass the turn here. So if we survive this turn, we're gonna go with Obstinate Baloth and gain 4 health. So we need to dodge Image, Malcontent, and Mantis Rider. Sure. I'm sad there's no Jeep to hop into. Huh, Scavenging Ooze is interesting. We have a lot of fodder for Scavenging Ooze, right? Yeah, actually, I like that better. I like Scavenging Ooze better. Gets pretty big pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and knight this. Just like have a bunch of massive beaters. I want to start smashing here. Do I want to start smashing here? Spellskite does not affect Phantasmal Image. Phantasmal Image is a replacement effect as the card enters the battlefield. It does not have a target. We're actually still going to be dead to Kessig Malcontent this turn, right? Yeah, I think I agree with next turn. We probably start smushing. I can like grow my knights twice more here, which seems good. Yeah, Knight of the Reliquary is a really sweet card. Just like powerful and toolboxy. Like everything I want out of life. I do need to fade Image or Malcontents for another turn here. All right. Gobble gobble. Well, I don't have more basic forests in my deck, right? So I'd have to it would cost me life to gain extra health with Scavenging Ooze. Aren't any more basic forests in here? No, Malcontents only targets a player. I hope we're gonna get a lot of mileage out of the Karn Father emotes this weekend. I'm hoping that that's gonna be the case. Some of them are playing up to 4. Some of them are like all in on the Malcontents plan. All right, I think I'm just gonna smash with this 8/8 here, and then next turn we'll have them under the Abyss. I'm gonna play the Squadron Hawk out. The Squadron Hawk cuts us off 2 points, a single point of health, but I think that's worthwhile. Just to like be able to chump block a Mantis Rider potentially. It's been a long game. Scavenging Ooze is just about to run away with it in a big way, though. Got one more Temple Garden in my deck. All right, so this doesn't actually have anything left to get, right? But it makes my knights lethal. I'm gonna attack with these two. I have to block both of them. It's like they're under double Abyss now. All right, so humans. Alright, clicking submit. I feel like we actually don't have anything in our sideboard for this matchup. Linval turns off Noble Hierarch, but that doesn't really do anything. I don't really hate any of our main deck cards in this matchup either. Yeah, I don't think I want Silence for Vile. Forge-Tender can fog a Mantis Rider for a turn. Oh, Malcontents. Yeah, I like that actually. Not a huge fan of Thrun. I think I like this. The ban announcement gets posted on February 12th, which is 11 days from now. And it'll go into effect the 23rd, I believe. I like that idea. Does it blocks Mantis Rider? I like that idea. 3/4s line up well against 3/3s. I did not get to submit with the Linvala, sad panda. Seeing too slow. I feel like this hand's pretty close, right? The Lantern deck is very good. People just value their time more than they're willing to play it. You gotta remember, a lot of people are playing Modern just because they enjoy playing Magic, and it takes a very specific type of person to enjoy the magic that Lantern generates. I'm not saying you're a good or bad person if you enjoy Lantern, but like, it takes a specific type of person to enjoy the gameplay that Lantern Control generates. Look at that. Just always have your bird in the opener, chat. Always have the bird in the opener. That's why we chose to be on the draw this game. We knew it was the 8th card. The Moto Shuffler owed us that bird after what it did to us in the last match. A specific type of bad person. He's not wrong, you know. Alright, so probably you're supposed to play the knight here for the sake of resource efficiency, right? I'm a bad person. So like, so Lantern Control is a miserable play experience for the same reason eggs generates a bad play experience. If you are a person that is playing to every possible out in every possible game, giving yourself the best chance to win every match of Magic, you don't concede to the Lantern player until they deck you. Because the Lantern player could, 1, mess up, or 2, you could just get very, very fortunate and have 3 cards that have an impact on the game in a row. That's how Magic works. That's just how it is. So if your goal is to be a good Magic player and give yourself the most outs in every possible situation, you have to sit there and make the Lantern player kill you. That's just playing good Magic, and it's not an enjoyable game experience for a lot of players. Like, yes, you could look at a game like we often do on this stream and go, okay, we're probably sub 5% to win this game. I'm going to concede because I value my time. But if, like, you spent, you know, $500 or $1,000 to get to a Magic tournament to, like, play Magic the Gathering, yeah, I'm going to make the Lantern player kill me every time, even though it's not an enjoyable experience for me. And I think there is something to be said, like Patrick Sullivan talked about this a ton when he was talking about card design on the last few opens he's commentated. A metric of something being mostly fun is an important thing to have in a format. That is relevant. If a lot of people find a particular set of cards or mechanics unenjoyable, they are bad for the format to have. Sure, the same thing was true for miracles though, right? Like, yeah, it's at least when the eggs opponent is going off, you can hit auto pass and just be like, I'm gonna go get a drink of water, you raise your hand if you kill me. With lantern control, you have to be actively engaged in the match of Magic that you're playing. It's just like, I can't go do anything else. I am trapped here at the table, paying attention, trying to see if I can get out of it. Man, that's not even a good reason to ban somebody. God, if you're gonna be a dick, can you at least try and be funnier about being a dick? Try harder, trolls. Back in my day, the trolls tried way harder than that. At least make me laugh, and then maybe I won't ban you. Just try a little bit for me, chat. For me. Alright, what am I doing? Really don't have a lot of good lines here, right? It's like nothing, no lands that interact with these Mantis Riders. Yeah, we're pretty dead. Mantis Rider's really good. These removal light decks just get bodied by this card. The time for another edition of Magic Stories. There's no way this is keepable, right? It's like pretty good if we hit a green source, right? And we have 3 castable spells, even if we don't have the green source right away. Is Forest Tech Edge keepable? I feel like the Shuffler owes us the green source, right? I feel like we're owed a green source by the Shuffler here. I wouldn't fault anyone for mulliganing this hand, but like, I feel like the upside is worthwhile with this hand. Like, if we hit the green source, we have a pretty good chance of winning with this hand against most of their draws. So I think it's worth the risk to reward ratio is appropriately here. Anyone else here banned trolls on IRC? There's a throwback. There's probably kids watching this stream right now that don't know what IRC is. Hey, Brian Rust, the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much for sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. I really appreciate that. Subscriptions, as always, are the best way you can support my content. Can confirm I don't know what IRC is. Altered State of Confusion with the $2 donation. Here's my troll toll. Got banned. Not sure what I said wrong. For reference, I check for unbans after the stream, but you sent us a donation, so you can be unbanned now. Welcome back. Spellskite, go. Settle the Wreckage is sweet. Yeah, I actually think Settle the Wreckage is a really sweet card that more decks in Modern should be leveraging. Like, one-sided sweepers are really powerful. Like, Caleb Durward had one in the sideboard of his Bant Spirits deck, and it seemed really good there. I'm alone. There's no one here beside me. We don't have any lands. You could just pay Jeff $5 a month or fake Amazon Prime money and you won't have to pay the troll toll. No, Caleb's team lost in the finals. So it's possible that I should have played the Squadron Hawk on 2 so that way I could path to Exile at this turn when I missed the land drop. Man, if they go turn 3 double Mantis Rider again, I might lose it. I might just like not be able to comprehend what's going on. You can connect to Twitch channels via IRC. That's the nut. Oh god, we're getting double Mantis Ridered again. Man, whoever figured out Phantasmal Image is supposed to be in this deck is just like a genius. I get to get Temple Guarded from Path. And please have a land. Please. Please. Yay, we did it, Reddit. We did it. Twitch chat is based off of an IRC client. That's fun to know. Know your history, kids. That's sweet. IRC is like old school internet chat rooms. They still exist. Like OBS, Open Broadcast Software, they have an IRC chat room. I actually only moved the Linux project that I helped manage off of IRC last year. We started using Discord finally. Hey, Durantula719 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. Thanks for your Amazon fun money this way this month. I really appreciate that. We're actually getting pretty close to another emote slot. We're 11 new subscribers away from getting an additional emote on the channel. I mean, AIM doesn't even exist anymore. Yes, yes it is. And you can find a deck list for that denoted in the donation deck list queue. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do that so you can send your Amazon fun money this way this month. Am I getting hit by a malcontents in response here? Probably. Isn't Slack the hipster? It basically, Slack's like crappy Discord, basically. Ugh. It's a lot of damages, opponent. A lot of damages, opponent. Ruh-roh, Raggy. I guess I get to, like, path a bunch of nerds. And just deploy some squawks here. Like, get my squawk on. Yeah, Discord just says, someone who spent a lot of time using Slack and Discord has better features overall. Slack is Discord with Moto memory leak. Discord, fair, Discord leaks memory too. My Discord regularly gets up to 1 gig of RAM or more if I leave it open long enough. It does take it much longer than Magic Online, but it does leak memory. And you find us on Discord. Directions here. Discord has fancy automatic integrations. It's great. Fancy automatic integrations. Shout Hoagland into the mic really loud. Find the donation queue there. Yeah, Moto has like a memory hemorrhage. Discord has a small memory drip. God, is this a third one? Oh, why must you make me bleed my own blood, opponent? Why must you make me... Can I draw Orzhov Pontiff, please? Just like, come on, dealer. Orzhov Pontiff. Come on. Batter up. That's... Yep, alright. Huh? I think I'm gonna start... Malcontents can, in fact, only target players. Start getting my jabs in the air here. Hopefully over, likely under. This Phantasmal image is gonna hurt shit. I think they have the fourth one. Memory shard. One guy thinks he's smart enough to cut wood. Oh, chat. Sounds like Declan is awake. Can you run upstairs and grab him real quick? I'll be right back.
No need to cry salty tears.
Yep, you got it. You're on his full batteries. Look at that, 100 percentage points. Enjoy. Alright, did they draw the malcontents yet? Are we dead? Alright, we're attacking. Sorry about the brief delay. My wife will be home from work soon, so she'll be able to take over the kids then for the last couple of leagues today. Are my children subbed to me? Or my wife is subbed to me. Just 10 more subs away from a new emote slot. I think we need to add smart and thin emotes. I think those are what I'd like to add to the channel next. Alright, let's just start working our way through here. Grab this. And again, I think I don't want to be knighting into fetch lands at this point because I want to save the points of health. What decks are planned for the rest of today? My goal is to play the Eldritch Ponza deck after this and then potentially a Madcap Blue Moon deck after that. Fauna Shaman, sign me up. Need 500 continuous subs or just 500 subs total? I'm not sure what you mean. So if you're talking about for emote slots, once you cross a total concurrent subscriber threshold, you can't fall back under that. So once you earn something, I guess I could be townshipping. Yeah, I probably should be townshipping. Sure. I can activate township. We have a second Gavony in my deck, right? Pretty sure there's two. Nope, only one. Yeah, I should have activated Gavony this turn. There was no reason to tap it. And clock them a good bit faster. The problem with Fauna Shaman is that a lot of decks in Modern are creature-based decks, which means removal is very heavy in the format. Yeah, I believe that's the case. I believe comparing it to the City's Blessing is accurate. Oh yeah, we can just get Pontiff. I forgot about that. Yeah, just get Pontiff. That's the one we want. Yeah! Get Pontiff, nerd! For people that were asking about the Black Splash earlier, welcome to Thunderdome. Welcome to Thunderdome! Trigger. This is a concession Pontiff? Feels like a concession Pontiff. Ooh. Oops, did I do that? This is game 3, right? I think this was game 3. Yeah, I'll kind of start to blur. I'm pretty sure this is game 3, though. Getting black can be tough. Boop. Got him. All right, sweet. 1-1 now. 1-1. Lost a kind of frustrating one to Grixis Control in the first match where we quite literally only had 2 lands in almost a dozen turns. So, was kind of unfortunate for us. It's games like that first match that make me happy that we record all of my matches. So like when I'm like, we got really unlucky, you're like, no, really, go watch the video. We did. Yeah, I probably should have counted there and potentially left back a Squadron Hawk. I just assumed we were attacking for lethal. I didn't actually count it. Math is for blockers. Pretty easy mulligan here. Just Hearthstone hand. Need resources in this game, unfortunately. Yep, this is our bed. Just gonna lie down in it. It depends on when was the last time you saw the list. You should be... We started playing Ancient Stirrings in that deck, which seems pretty reasonable. I'm pretty happy with Ancient Stirrings. Another Humans deck. That's the best thing about Magic Online. You just like, you get to like just attack with all your creatures, and if your opponent is dead, you don't have to figure it out. You're just like, all right, attack you. If you're dead, the client's gonna tell me you're dead. I had to play casual EDH. What kind of deck would you try to play? There's casual EDH. I believe I've streamed with it. Check my most recent video on YouTube. The deck list should be underneath it. Not like to pay 2 health. So we get to go Fauna Shaman into Squadron Hawk, activate Fauna Shaman here, which is kind of nice. I feel like because this deck is base green, it should probably favor the green fetches over the non-green fetches. So we talked about the mana base being a little bit awkward before we started here today, but I really feel like if I wanted to, like, there's 9 fetches in this deck. I feel like ideally I would like 4 Windswept Heath, 4 Verdant, and then just a singular Marsh Flats, because like next turn I'd really like to fetch a second forest, but I'm gonna have to shock in order to do that with the fetch lands that I've had this game. It's a pretty big hit here. I'm gonna concede to Athalia's Lieutenant. So the old never play a second land, still have plenty of aggression. This Humans deck is really powerful. I expect it to be a presence at the Pro Tour this weekend. Expect that one to see play at the Pro Tour this weekend. We do not have a Cataclysmic Gearhulk, but I think that would be an okay card for this deck to play. I really like that deck in my other Creature Toolbox decks.
What's this one? What's this one? Just
No, Declan, I put your show on the TV, buddy.
up down.
There's a few pretzels left in here. Love to play first. Sand is not good enough.
Eyeball.
Yeah, probably not good. I guess I have the path in it. I talked myself into keeping this.
Eyeball. Eyeball. My bubble.
This hand's much better. Glad we mulliganed. I mean, I don't know that Engineered Plague would even be very good against the Humans deck. There's probably potential to argue that, like, Humans is like one of the closest things you could get to a 50% deck in the current Modern format. What's going on, Rainers? Welcome. Go ahead. And the Pontiff in the opener. Hopefully that'll let us do some fun stuff this game. If they play a Champion of the Parish on one, I might just Pontiff it. I think this is fine. Humans is the best Bergfolk deck in Modern. Agree. 10 out of 10 agree. I think Humans is a much better fish deck than actual fish currently. Hey, Inksky, welcome. Planeseer, jam this knight into play. I don't know, that's tough. I don't know if that card's actually very good. And cards that aren't like individually powerful are generally a hard sell in the grindy matchups. Like if a matchup is grindy, that tends to mean you want every card in your deck to be worth a card. And there's a strong argument that cards like Athreos just aren't worth a card. Yeah. The bot's stuck.
I want to turn the beep mode.
You want him to be a beep beep?
Turn the boss mode. The boss mode.
Hey.
What's on the bathroom? The bathroom. The bathroom. Turn the bathroom.
Come on, opponent. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Hey.
What are we thinking here? So if we draw a brick, the question is, do I want to Pontiff this turn? I feel like I want to go like Noble Pontiff, just like take them off their Noble, buy us time to get to the Sun Titan. Remember, even if we don't draw a land this turn, I could use the Knight of the Reliquary to make us an extra mana. You want a monkey snack?
Yeah.
Monkey snack. You're one of my favorite monkeys. Top 2 even.
I mean, not home.
Mommy's upstairs. She's working. Maybe your opponent is triple queued. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Come on. Come on. And I have a monkey snack too if I sub. Of course. Every subscriber gets a monkey snack. Of all the monkeys I'm currently talking to, you are my favorite. Now I just start smashing them at the start of the Reliquary. I think I do. I just beat them down. Hey, see, I teach my kids about real life early. Take the dad tax out of their snacks. Let them know that the people in charge need a cut. God, these fucking Mantis Riders. Mantis Riders are brutal. Feeling pretty dead here. How does this deck beat unfair decks? I feel like it probably doesn't. There are a couple of tools on the board, but not many. Yeah, the lack of interaction for the flying creatures has been pretty anemic. Of course, we've also played against humans twice, so it's like, you know, how much of the format is this exactly? The answer could be a lot. Like, the Pro Tour is definitely going to sculpt the modern format a little bit more. Oh my god, I tapped my lands wrong. Oh, I tapped my lands wrong. We were probably losing this game anyways, but tapping my lands wrong there definitely didn't help. All right, we're 1-2. We're 1-2. We'll do our normal post-league breakdown of what feels good, what feels bad after the fact. I've got some feedback on things in addition to the mana base that I feel like we could provide reasonably about the deck. Yeah, right? You can also draw in paper, though. Yeah, on paper, it looks like it's got a lot of good things going on. In practice, it's just felt exceedingly clunky. I think there's some things we can do to fix and improve the clunk and trim it down a little bit, but the core idea is very interesting. Yeah, a big part of the problem with Standard is just that we don't have good answers to answer the reasonable threats. Like, everything's indestructible, or it comes back from the discard pile. It's like, how do I answer your things? I always have to, like, you always have to lose tempo to answer their threats, which feels really bad. You have to play, like, 4 mana removal spells to actually kill their creatures. It's just like, that's so much mana for a removal spell. Yeah, I think the fact that Fauna Shaman just, like, you have to have an activation for it to be good is kind of awkward. Am I supposed to play Fauna Shaman here, or am I supposed to get the knight down and be resource efficient? I feel like I want just Knight of the Reliquary here. Is that reasonable? What does Fauna Shaman get me? I guess Fauna Shaman lets me cast Orzhov Pontiff next turn. I probably want to just be able to get Orzhov Pontiff next turn. Lets me fetch a shocked land too, tapped. Like, go grab another Temple Garden out of my deck. I mean, Modern's a pretty aggressive format overall, and we did play against Grixis Control in the first match, so it hasn't been all aggro this league. So you get to kill Hope and Steel Overseer since we set up to get a Pontiff this turn, so that feels pretty good. Thought Ephraim's article was pretty spot on. I am excited to watch the Pro Tour this weekend as a spectator, but I would be probably pretty frustrated if I was going as a competitor. Like, it's not cheap to go to a Pro Tour. They pay for your flight. Yeah, they have a Galv Blast, so we're just gonna die. Super dead. Hopefully we can draw a path here, take this Overseer out. Otherwise it's gonna run away with the game pretty quickly. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Just upload Overseer activation's not gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be the hashtag for my live tweets. I don't know, I need to come up with something witty. We have 2 copies of Stony Silence, and that's it. I guess Linval is fine. This is bad. This is bad. Qasali's okay. Scavenging Ooze. Sun Titan's pretty clunky and bad, too. I guess Forge-Tender protects my stuff. It's probably better than a 6-drop here. I think Chalice on 0 is too narrow. That's too narrow. Mindcensor as a Windrake. That's actually not the worst suggestion. Gavony Township is pretty bad this matchup. Squadron Hawk's pretty good in this matchup, right? Blocks for a while. We've played LED Dredge before. You can find it on my YouTube channel. You can learn why LED Dredge is a dumpster fire of a legacy deck on my YouTube channel. Just put yourself under the abyss. I don't see what the problem is. Your opponent played a 4-mana abyss that gets to shock you every turn. What's the issue? There's plenty of just abyss yourself. Just gonna have a time. Think about what you said. Think about what you said. You can have a timeout. Fucking Magic players, man. Oh. I actually think Jund could potentially be well positioned. A Jund-esque deck could be well positioned in Legacy. I want to try Faithless looting Jund in Legacy. Something I want to try next week. I'm glad I didn't board in Chalice to the Void chat. Would have been really good here. Get to go grab a bunch of squawks. Yeah, I think you get to. I want to try splashing Lingering Souls too. I have a deck list drafted up. I tweeted it out. But like, Faithless looting. No, we ranted on someone previously. I ranted about how the trolls weren't trying anymore, Young Dingo. You must have missed it. We banned someone a while ago. Opponent kept Alright, chat. Do I cast Stony Silence? Is that... Do I cast the Stony Silence here? Land Nauseam isn't a deck in Modern. You don't have enough fast mana. You don't have Cunning Wish. I think we're gonna stream some cooking on Christy's channel tonight, Tom. Every couple of months, Christy and I... Every couple of months, Christy and I do like mass meal prep. We make a bunch of veggie burgers and egg rolls and we freeze them. I'm gonna cast the Stony Silence. This might be a concession silence. Like, what if their second land... What if their second land drops a Darksteel Citadel? What if their second land's a Darksteel Citadel? You can just click on her name there, Curlydactyl. And I'll host it on this channel. I will play whatever you want me to play for the right amount of money. You can learn more about how donation deck lists work at bit.ly/Google-sellout. You vegetarian or you just like veggie burgers? I am a vegetarian because I don't enjoy eating meat. Smash. Get to Gavony Township next turn. I don't know what our opponent kept. Like, they kept 7, right? They went land pass on turn 1 and didn't have a second land. Hey! Hey! Oh, children. I just don't care for the taste of meat. I think anyone who's like not eating meat because they think it saves animals is kind of silly. Like, a small number of people becoming vegetarians isn't going to reduce the amount of meat that's mass produced in the country. Like, that number's pretty static. Number's pretty static. Yeah, this channel serves as birth control for many. It's a community service, really, for the Magic community. I've been a vegetarian for almost a decade. A little over a decade? I don't remember when I started. Maybe it was the summer I was 16? I think it was the summer I was 16. That make it almost a decade. Hey, Iron Guthix with the $10 donation. Can we get blue steel back on the docket? I can't. It doesn't play good or interesting Magic. It's just really, really underpowered. That how you stay so smart and thin? No, I don't really care for fish. How's Overwatch going? Overwatch has been a gas. I've played like 7 or 8 matches. I think I'm level 6. Go upstairs. Mom's at the top of the gate. She'll open it for you. Mom will open the gate for you. Yep. Turn to Stony Silence. So you're saying there's a chance. I think there is a non-zero chance that Mardu Pyromancer is one of the best decks in Modern. Yeah, the deck feels very powerful. If you had to ask me to make a pick for the most new-ish deck that we're going to see break out at the Pro Tour this weekend, my pick would be Mardu Pyromancer. The problem is, as someone who's been working with people testing Mardu Pyromancer, it's a dumpster fire against Tron, just like every mid-range deck. Yeah, PC Overwatch. If you're one of my subs and you play Overwatch on the PC, you should hop on the subs Discord, and we're gonna try and coordinate some subs Overwatch games at some point. Wait, blasting? Did you keep a one-lander again, opponent? I think there will certainly be more people playing humans than playing the Pyromancer deck, but I think the Pyromancer deck is very, very powerful. So next turn we get to go Fauna Shaman Bird. Yeah, I think the mid-range removal decks are favored against humans, yep. Opponent kept some pretty terrible hands in these second 2 games. Super suspect. So what I'm going to do here, if I play this other Fauna Shaman out, I can just start like chaining through like Vengevines through my deck. Yeah, I could get Pontiff, I guess, but like they can't activate Steel Overseer. That's probably the line. And I can Whitemane Lion the Pontiff back. Yeah, it's probably the case. I think most roads lead to Rome here. Is Mardu Pyro favored against Storm? In our testing, it has been. I think most of the mid-range interactive decks are favored against Storm too, though. Like, I feel like Jeskai and Mardu Pyromancer and Green-Black have basically the same good and bad matchups for the most part. I mean, Stony Silence will be, like, effectively mostly banned out of the format just by, like, proxy of not needing it anymore, right? Like, if, Affinity went away. Knight of the Reliquary, sign me up. Yeah, Tron and Scapeshift are the hard matchups. This is a green-white Vengevine Fauna Shaman Squadron Hawk mid-range deck. is a donation deck list, just like most of the decks we play here on this channel. So user submitted, you can find the full deck list on the screen. Currently in our 4th match, we're 1-2 with it. Gear Appear, Aether Grid, Trey with the 28-month resubscription. In 24 hours, everyone will finally know the truth that is the gospel of Karn. I think you're right. I think there's a pretty good chance that Tron breaks out at the PT this weekend. I'm gonna flash in this Whitemane Lion and bounce my Birds of Paradise in response here. Yeah, we could Pridemage that, I guess. Like, do we really care, though? Does it actually matter? I think regardless of what you play, you're gonna have a bunch of you're gonna have a number of really bad matchups. So you should play whatever deck you enjoy playing at the Grand Prix. If you enjoy playing a deck and it happens to have a bad Tron matchup, that shouldn't be a reason you don't play it at the Grand Prix. Yes, please, Iron Guthix. Feel free to message me. Send me something other than Blue Steel. We'll replace that Blue Steel on the list with it and add the $10 extra to it. Alright, what I want to do here, it's my fastest way to kill them. I could just, like, fetch a Vengevine. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna fetch a Vengevine and then shock this and then just, like, smash them for 11 here. And then I have Path to Exile to force them through next turn. Because there's no guarantee that my opponent targets something immediately, Tom. And I wanted to just play my Lion out anyways. There's no guarantee of, like, what the timing on what my opponent uses their thing. Yeah, that makes sense, Psycho Smurf. Green Sun's just one of the things that adds consistencies to decks like that, so having more Green Suns is generally ideal. So I think blue end is good positioned. Why? What makes you think it would be good positioned? What about the current format makes that deck well positioned potentially? I'm not super familiar with what the deck's type of good and bad matchups are. What are we doing, opponent? Is my sideboard card going to beat you? Feels like my sideboard card might be ready to beat you this game. I'm gonna go grab my other chair. This is actually my wife's chair, and it's not great. She likes it for some reason. A land? That feels good. Alright. So smash? I think it would be good against Tron. So, why, again, like, so one of the things we like to do in this channel is I like to encourage discussion, not just like stating of opinions. You should say, I think it's good against Tron because, okay, so my opponent punted here. They activated the Inkmoth Excess with this, which means they can't activate this one in response, so now they're dead. Well, I cycle to win. Okay, and then like, so you have one good matchup. What about the other 95% of the format? Yeah, and it's like, you don't have that many counterspells, right? You have like 4 remands and like 4 cryptic commands. I played that matchup twice with oh, because it's an artifact now. That's funny. Okay, yeah, you're right. They wouldn't have been able to do that anyway, so it's not a mistake. They wouldn't have been able to do it. That's funny. One of the things that concerns me about playing decks that rely on the graveyard right now is that Storm's so popular and powerful that I feel like there's a lot of graveyard hate in the format. I think that's a big part of the reason why Dredge has actually largely fallen out of favor in the format, is because there's so much graveyard hate that it just gets incidentally hated out of the format. GG's opponent. All right, we're 2-2 now. 2-2. Stole that match with Stony Silence, it felt like. I'm gonna play the Eldritch Ponza deck after this one. And then I don't want to commit to a 4th league for the day. We'll see what our time is at when we finish the Eldritch Ponza league. Our 5th and final match here. How much RAM is Magic Online using? 1.6 gigs, getting close to its dirt nap. Pretty easy redraw here. I'm gonna keep this bottom and on spell. This is close. I can see this going either way. I think this is better than my average 5. We are still on wine, Trey. I have actually taken my VirtualBox image and moved it to my backup hard drive that's slow. Alright, that's a Tron land. We have Tech Edge. This matchup's probably hard. The Vengevines allow you to generate value. Oh, yay! Bad Tron! Yay! Bad Tron! Yay! Bad Tron! Alright, I'm gonna path my burden response here because I want to land. I always sink into my chair a little bit when my opponent plays the first Tron land, and then like they're playing bad Tron and we get to go like, yeah, we got a chance, they're playing shitty Tron. Well, Magic Online's a 32-bit application, so it has an upper seal. What?
Pink water.
You need pink water?
Mm-hmm.
Go tell your mom. Get your cup. Your cup's over there. Take your cup up to your mom and she'll give you pink water. Take it upstairs to your mother.
Dad, oh, my pink water.
Your mother will help you get pink water, okay?
Dad,
Alright, so we're gonna play the land out before we play the knight here so we can play around to Condescend.
my dad. My dad.
Your dad? What about your dad?
Gotta help my pink water.
Mom will get you pink water. Take your cup upstairs. Oh, geez. Knight, we can double tech edge him? God, that's great. I can't even remember, right? Ain't that the truth? For reference, Magic Online doesn't even use your graphics card. Oblivion Stone, sure. It'd be a damn shame if you were to lose 2 lands this turn, opponent. No, Blue-Tron's not a thing. People just like playing terrible decks on Magic Online. The TLDR. So float a mana there, grab Tech Edge, double Tech Edge our opponent, play Fauna Shaman, start smashing with the Obstinate Baloth. Magic Online's just saving us from itself by being 32-bit, right? Like if it was a 64-bit application, it could just like take all 32 gigs of my RAM. Or try to at least. So again, we're going to hold priority here because Tech Edge is templated in this really awkward way where it only checks how many lands the opponent has upon activation, not upon resolution. So this is going to destroy both of my opponent's lands. Stone Rains are fun. And now they're actually just going to be dead next turn, right? I have 12 power in play. I was really sad when our opponent played Urza's Tower, and then they played an island, and I was super excited. Landy hype! Elsic always got the bits when we double stoner in them. Alright, so Stony Silence is fine here. Pontiff is bad. Shriekmaw is bad. Thrun's great. Bojuka Bog's probably fine. Is this a Chalice matchup? Probably not. Aven Mindcensor is fine. Scavenging Ooze is fine. What if I trim a couple of Path to Exiles? I feel like a lot of the times I don't want to get rid of their creatures. Sometimes they have Thought Not Seer in post board though. I'm gonna trim a Baloth and one Path, I think. Yeah, let's give this a try. Leyline for Mindslaver. I think that's a little narrow. I think by the time they're Mindslavering us. Individual process cannot take more than 4 gigs of RAM. Really? Are you sure? You sure 64-bit application? I'm pretty sure 64-bit applications can address more than 4 gigs of RAM. Seems like it would be silly not to. Oh, I guess Linvala is good against, what's it called? She turns off Walking Ballista, so that's probably worth including if we play a third game. Buy that for $1. More Tron pieces. Spatial Contortion. I'm getting off. Thanks for the content. Bionic Broccoli, thank you for the bits. I'll catch you later. Catch the archives on YouTube for sure. Do 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 do. Play my Squawk out. SQL server process taking 200 gigs of RAM. Got some megabytes to play with there, Hunziel. Got a couple 2-3 MBs of RAM. If Bolt is 2 mana, that's like a if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it doesn't make a sound type question, right? Nimble Obstructionist. Alright, you got me. I've been stifled, opponent. I've been stifled. I've been stifled. You got me, shucks. I only have 2 lands in play right now. I can't tell what we've actually highlighted. Let's make this bigger. I wish Magic Online remembered like how big you have something made, so that way you didn't have to reopen it every time. Who's playing land destruction now? Stone Rain, you Hogland. Get him. It got us. It got us real good. I'm gonna play this second Stony Silence because the opponent's deck generally plays Repeal. So this way they have to get rid of both of these before they can activate their artifacts. It would have used all of that RAM. And God, 2 terabytes of RAM. I don't even want to know how much that costs. Where are our acidic slime? Zach asking the real questions. How many black cards in my deck right now? I don't think I do, right? Nope. We're gonna get a little aggressive here and double our clock. Put the second Squadron Hawk into play. Cut this clock in half. Get down to the old 10 turner here. Opponent is thirsty for some knowledge here, chap. Cyclonic Rift, okay. Torrential Gearhulk. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Boy! Alright, I think I'm just Bojuka Bogging them at this point. And Condescended. How do they possibly compete? Modern's such a slow and interactive format. Look at us, we're on turn like 6. Yeah, Condescend by Vengevine resolves. I can maybe beat that, right? Monkey snack. You a monkey snack?
My snack.
Another Vengevine. Alright, so I'm just gonna go. Oh, we go Vengevine first, right? So if they counter this, I can play Squadron Hawk and get them both back. If they don't counter it, I can play Squadron Hawk and get the other one back. Vengevine! Ooh ha ha! Trigger. Please have nothing. Please have nothing. Please have nothing. Please have nothing. Double check there's no birds in here. Good. Alright, Eugene. You've been a very bad boy. Sweet Planeswalker opponent. I'm gonna hold this Squadron Hawk just in case we lose Vengevines in combat. It doesn't increase the clock by playing it, so no reason to. Commit. Okay. Okay. The back half of this do? Shuffles his or her library in a graveyard and draw 7 cards. Okay. Go. Huh. Sure. If I was supposed to have played that bird out. Sure. You want to pick? Vengevine off the top, one time. Vengevine off the top, one time. Vengevine off the top. Still. It's a darn shame we didn't find a Vengevine there. A spatial contortion. Dismember my Vengevine, sure. Resolves.
Done.
Sure. I'm just gonna play this and pass. Oh, it's only a 2-2, right? You wanna watch Masha? You wanna watch Bears? Okay. That's true. Witness has some targets. I was supposed to play Witness there. Yeah, I was probably supposed to play Witness. I'm gonna Witness back my Mindcensor. I'm gonna elect to not bring this back into play. The Spellskite doesn't do anything currently because there's a Stony Silence in play. Yeah, I'm gonna hold the Vengevine just in case they have an Ugin. Nice. Nice Tron deck opponent. I have no idea why people play non-green variants of Tron. Just not a clue. So this deck, I like the core idea of this deck a lot, but some of the details feel a little bit off. First, I want better tools for interacting with some of the combo decks in this deck. I think some more fast tools in the sideboard. Fauna Shamaning for cards like Eidolon of Rhetoric is very slow against decks like Storm. I think I would want just like 2, 3, maybe even 4 Hate Bears in the board for Storm. Maybe copies of Godok Teague or another Eidolon or something like that. I think Sun Titan is a card that we don't really need in this deck. I feel like our game plan of Squadron Hawks and Vengevine kind of lets us grind people out nicely. Like you put Turbo Dredge in the league twice. Yeah, definitely, Iron. 10 out of 10. In for Ape Dredge. Yeah, Thalia would be a very reasonable creature as well. You could even main deck Thalias in this deck. If you wanted to turn these Sun Titans into main deck Thalias, I think something would like that would be okay. Collective Brutality is actually a great suggestion. It's a super flexible card that's like good against combo and good against non-combo. We talked about the mana base changes I would make. I would play 4 Heaths and 4 Verdants and just a singleton Marsh Flats. But overall, the deck was fun. Vengevine's a powerful card in the grindy matchups. Knight of the Reliquary is a magic card that I like a lot. At any rate, that wraps up this league. We're going to try and do one